this is going to be a one-off episode, not part of a series. Don't look over there. That's special. I do not know what's going down here, actually. This is the first time I've ever seen this. Whoa, and it's dark. So we're not going to see that. This is probably something my brother did because it's got some interesting redstone stuff going on, which I am not at all practiced at. Anyways, this is a creative server that we run pretty much exclusively for my nephew and niece and maybe a friend of theirs that never actually plays. But when we scrapped the old server and started anew, and I decided I was going to build something over there. You can see hints of it right now. That was within eyeshot of the starting location, which is right here. And you can see somebody's done something to build this up a little bit. But this was where the game began. And I thought, well, I'm going to make something to sort of give them a hint of what they could do. Because, you know, being young and unpracticed, they were just making like spikes in the sky to jump from and stuff like that. It wasn't very creative. This, I believe, my nephew has made. So he's picked up some things in a time. I'm not sure if he would have done this anyways or not, but he's got some sort of I don't even know what, a bottle? It's all lined with diamonds, so sort of thing one would not be able to make in survival mode, which is what I would normally play. But this I just did because, not this literally, but that stuff over there, just to give them something to aspire to. And maybe it's working. Hard to tell. He made a boat. So how best to show you off? There is sort of a second point to this video in that I'm going to hide around the corner here. That, one thing that would make, we lined claims in color just so that people knew. So, you know, I dictated that we'd draw our claims, and that inside the claim, nobody else could do anything without permission. Anyways, yeah, the other point behind this was sort of as like a video / Minecraft resume or CV. Insofar as one of the things that would be really fun is if I were on one of these really interesting servers with really interesting people who do recording all the time and events and stuff that would really bring the game out. It's something I can't really do when I play by myself. However, by myself, I can make... Cat, what are you doing? Nope, not right now. I can make big things, and that's definitely fun. The last time I made a video, I was, what is this? That don't look so hot. Come to the bank. All right. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to start. Let's go to the village. This is the last thing I made, and you can see it's not finished. And I probably won't ever finish it because it doesn't ever have a set end point. It could go on forever. But what this is a modest village on the coastline, you know, sort of a sea folk place. And you can see there are boats now contributing to the scenery. Yeah, what the hell was I just talking about? Here's like it's cloth here, but it would be rubber, I suppose, like a thump point for ships incoming so they can just sort of ride straight in. But anyways, this village is of people who work the sea or work the thing up above, and they have modest, unfinished, gosh, I thought I'd done more, housing. And this time around I've put so much more work into the insides of places than I ever have before. That was an education. This building here is sort of like flats. It's got 4 apartments and then the owner, or maybe just a really expensive apartment up top. And the flats are all personally arranged. You can see it's very cheap. This one's lined up a little bit differently. They're missing their chairs. That's something I meant to come back to and do. They got this back alley kind of stairwell, and then again, you got more space. And then these two share a little bit of a balcony. See, they got an interesting view. Head down here. Same thing on this side. Same guy, or another apartment, but also the big one, who should probably have some sort of railing. And they at least have seating and a little desk full of books. Interesting. Actually, most of the town is in this style, so that's not that interesting. This guy, though, he has a mobile chair and a wraparound desk and a view. And then, wrap around into sort of like a dining configuration, and then they got a balcony. This is another. Oh, good. Let's just do that. On the other side, if I wield this, I can't do that. Yes, okay. And then they got a little bit of a micro kitchen and some storage, which has nothing in it until now. Here, you guys want all of this stuff, don't you? Enjoy. Haha. All right. And then upstairs, very large stairs comparably. And then living quarters with a missing door. Hello. And again, another balcony. A view. More houses. A dock here that's unfilled at the moment. This over here is an inn. We'll get to that in a minute. Head down this way because it's easy. Another house. This one's a little bit bigger. This one at least is somewhat filled out. Some, sort of like a sectional couch and double bed and a desk with a chair, books, storage if they needed it. I guess no one lives here yet. And some custom weeds on the hillside here. Another house with a little slot window. Excuse me, I coughed. Let's see. Dining table with a couple seats, double bed, bookshelves, storage. Pretty standard. Another one here, very similar. More custom things, because some of the rocks around here like that. That right there is untouched. That's what it typically looked like. And then a little stepway up here onto their raised house. Couch, bedding, and a little side deck. So these guys are slightly above average in terms of wealth, I suppose. Here on the back side, docks, this is where the village could grow some more, perhaps. A little storage shed here that's missing a door. Zombies and stuff still... Oh, wait a minute. I have a door right now. Okay. Spawn over here, and it drives me nuts. I would really like them to change the game so they don't just spawn randomly in any location, but there are common or uncommon ruins, like village ruins or ruined castles or something that's just belch zombies and skeletons out of them, and they come looking for you, but you can build defenses against, rather than just popping up at random everywhere. It drives me nuts. That would really sort of give opportunity to build narrative, like, go on a mission to cleanse the nearby thing. So here we got a natural waterfall that was originally there. I built this tunnel that's sort of part of this road. You can see the slightly depressed planking here is to keep things from spawning out here. This is sort of the cat. What are you doing? He's gone into play mode. Let's see. What next? Here's the inn. Let's do that. Red Window Inn, I suppose. I would be, if I thought of it, cat, stop it. Put names on places. This, oh my gosh, I didn't even fill out. This, I guess, one is for sale. Can you hear the cat? Here's the inn. Everything is red. Nice, lots of windows, because windows are expensive. Notice most of the other houses have like grating instead. This is sort of a... I don't know about the climate. Anyways, lots of seating here, as you can see. Quite tight. It's really hard making a place rationally sized, but also detailed. And if you make it really detailed, it's much bigger than you are, and it doesn't make sense. We got a kitchen full of goods. See, there was a point where I was actually filling everything out. Lots of food for them to work with. Here's the workstation. And then, well, so this is the raucous area downstairs. Big old stairwell coming up. And we got like a quiet dining room, or maybe like a troop room where troops are moving, or a whole crew is coming and they want to dine together. And there's a couple of rooms immediately adjacent. Well decorated, more red windows. This is the side we were just on a minute ago. You can see out there. Notice I'm using rail to add texture, but also prevent things from spawning on the damn roofs. They won't spawn on the half highs, but they will there. Got more rooms down this way. You can see some of them are pretty big. They're well, lavishly decorated. And we got a sort of a washroom maybe, or a water room, I don't know, and a second level. And this is for, the heck is this? Oh, it's like supplies for the place. You can see this sort of a lounge area up here. It's quite tight, but who cares? If you were here, you would feel it, but you would still be able to move with ease. And then sort of heavy, inexpensive lodging. For people who are just trying to pass through and don't want to spend too much. There's plenty of bedding around for all possible needs. We'll exeunt. Down this way, what the heck is it's sort of a light source. I forgot. Here's the front above the area. You can see this one. This, I guess, is also sort of meant for like troops and stuff who are coming in as a squad or something and all need to have same sleeping area or access to like a wrestling area. It's niche, I guess you could say, for specific local needs. This area here could have been dressed up if I had more gumption. That one was for sale, apparently. There's a second one on top. Oh, here we go. Here's the sort of back steps. You can see it's quite tight-fitting. And this one, at least, has some... It doesn't have... I didn't make my second pass here, apparently, because it's missing chairs and decorations and stuff. Same as this one. Missing stuff. Dang it. I thought I was more prepared than this, folks. Anyways. That was the one we just looked at. And we looked at that one up there and that one up there. This ramp is the first thing I ever made, which is, you can probably kind of tell it's kind of out of place, but that was the first thing I started with, and we'll take a bit down. You can see it goes under the lagoon, down into a magma pit, and there's sort of a narrative behind that, but we'll continue for the moment. Here's sort of just a wealthy person's personal house. It's not a shop or anything, I don't think. Just here's a dining room out front, lots of decoration, sleeping quarters, and a nice thing up here. And then here you can see it builds sort of into the wall a little bit because there's a lot of that going on, and it's expensive to dig out rock. Food, supplies, stuff, unbreaking. Wait, what did I say? Foop rage. Foop rage. I don't remember foop rage. Maybe that's something my nephew did. So it's sort of a loft for like the kiddo. These are the parents, and the parents are between the kiddo and escape. Therefore, the kid will be well behaved, right? Let's see. Next, this is sort of the wealthiest individual house in town. You can see it's very tall. It's quite long. Hello. He's not a threat, but I wish they wouldn't spawn here. I can't have villagers because this place would be overrun. But yeah, sort of like the mayor's house. And this is straight across from that over there, which is sort of the... I'll get to it in a minute. I hope my recording... I have enough disk space to do all of one recording. Oh my gosh. Oh. No, this is complete. This is like sanitation. This is like the one house that has its own plumbing. And they built down into and got access to like a natural stream that goes back out into the bay. So, it's approximating sanitation. It's not exactly modern time stuff. They have a big living room here. So a table and large couchings and lots of decorations and a second couch. And then around the corner, here's another corner couch with bedrooms that are a little on the dark side, but well furnished. Another bedroom, I believe. Yep. And then it keeps going up to the third floor. Here we got a... Oh, I guess these are the kitchens? Because this looks like a kitchen to me, and it's got kitchen... Oh, yeah, it's got kitchen supplies. and a spider somewhere, but a nice thing. And then, yes, a dining room is right here. It's a very well furnished dining room. And they've kept the original stone because they found a gold vein and they thought, well, let's keep that decorative. So they left it in. And another bedroom. Or, no, this is like the matron's office, I guess. It's a secondary office because the primary office is right here. And you can see it's, again, well decorated, huge desk, and has a view of practically this entire side of the town. So this guy's well situated. They're probably the mayor. Maybe it's just the dedicated mayor's house and they have to move out whenever they lose election or appointment. Another bedroom. So that's that house. Nice. Vaulted ceilings. Vaunted's probably the wrong word. Vault? Vault? No. Anyways. Got a couple more houses over here. I was going to build out some catacombs over here, but just didn't. I was at the point where I'm like, okay, I want to record and be done with this. Another house. Nice sort of sitting room in front and, well, a cozy back room. Again, built into the cliff face a little bit. Because, again, this village is perched on the edge. And you'll notice as I get over there, it's over the water, too. So it's somewhat precarious. But I guess some villages might be like that. You can see the master's house here is suspended over whatever. We were looking at the backside of it earlier. Another house, very large. Oh, it's just all one room, but and it's missing window sills or window grating. Gosh. Well, I'm still pretty happy with this because this was a lot of work. Even in creative mode, this was a lot of work, and I think the purpose was accomplished to an extent. Another house, one room, well furnished though, for two. Here we have sort of the carpenter woodsmith estate, and here's the area where they do their work. Here's kind of like an office. So they sit here, face out into customers, nothing in the thing, but they live above their thing. So here's a dining room / living room. Now here's their living room. And they got like plaster or something here. And a bedroom, which is very dark. Too dark for me. Let's light that. Excuse me, let's light that up. Hiccup. Right. And out we go. So they've got some foreign wood here. You notice the rest of the place is done up in spruce and the hills have spruce. So I'm trying to keep things aesthetically consistent. But here we have the import of foreign, like exotic wood. And here's some other wood that's been set aside. And here is sort of the cargo retention building where things are stored temporarily or between things. So here's a box of glass. Lots of things. Each one of these is sort of topical. Lots of anvils. Lots of wood. We got some old pots. Maybe they're filled with who knows the heck what. I don't even know what that is. More things. There's more of that. Second floor. You notice it goes around in a loop. It's a bit shallow, so it's not too hard. And in fact, actually, people who are willing can sort of lift things down and cut corners. Some hay. Nuggets of some sort. Seeds. Sticks. Lots of armor. Armor stands. Archery supplies. Shearing supplies. A bolt of cloth in green and bolt of cloth in blue. It's just this. It's several stories of this. So every one of these is sort of topical. Here's another bolt of cloth. Jack-o'-lantern, don't know why. Food. Supplies, I sometimes when I see these, I think of like Oblivion or Skyrim, where, you go around town and you find crates full of stuff. And that's kind of what I was going for. Glass. Redstone. Up here, here's a pile of exotic brick that probably shouldn't be up here because someone having to haul it all the way back down again sounds kind of horrible to me. Maybe it was somebody's cruel trick. Notice here, it's built again into what was a sort of shard island, and they took it over. Now, this will provide... Oh, hello. Are you... Oh, you've got... Gone. Okay. This stuff was probably brought in from here, and you notice that color. It's the same stuff. So this ship is foreign. This ship is from afar. And it has exotic looking cannons. This is literally as close as I can get to anything that looked like one. I tried my best. And it's not the biggest ship. There are much larger ships, even for the time, because you know it's this sort of old timer kind of thing. Here's the captain's quarters. Here's their flag. I never did design a flag for this place, but they have a flag, and it's all over the ship. Hey, let me get the sword out again. What is the word for when people haul you along and you're in this sort of tent, but you're up on 4 people's shoulders on sticks in a seat? This is similar, but it's sort of a canopy to protect them from the rain and wind, but it extends in the same color. Notice these colors are the same as the flag. I couldn't come up with anything that looked like a steering wheel, but that'll have to do. There's a cannon facing out the back. So this ship's actually well equipped for a cargo ship to be able to defend itself. See, again, same wood. So yeah, that's incoming from elsewhere. And yeah, what am I saying? More cannons. Here's the front. Cable. There's only so much you can do. There's a crow's nest up there. The sails are furled currently. They're so that if this thing isn't rocking in its bay as unnecessarily. You got a couple of forward cannons, so every direction is covered on this ship. And then we go in and we get to the crew level, sort of a dining area. I couldn't really figure out what else. Maybe there should have been like some armor stands or something here for them. Here's the poles, for lack of a better word. Here's the crew sitting, sleeping area. Here is shoot. This was going to be the galley or the kitchen. I didn't do it. I stink. Anyways. And here's the cargo area, and I did not bother to fill any of this stuff. But they have plenty of room for cargo, and even more down here. And they even have a brig with just a mat on the floor and a chamber pot. And that's all. That's for, I don't know, maybe a slave or a bad crew member or a convict that they're bringing in, on a bounty, something like that. Or maybe even a wild animal that, an exotic beast that wants to be tamed by someone else. And you can see here it's in its little port, and it's abutting the soft cushion. It's got all kinds of little hangers on the side. I thought it would be good for ropes, but I made some ropes like you can just barely see here, but they're pointless. They're stupid. I would really have loved to have had rope up there. I'm sure someday I'll figure out how that could have been done. All right, we've done all that. There's the sort of the fishing village on this side. Ooh. It's a bit more focused. There's so much more that could be done here. Here's an apartment. Here's an apartment. So this is sort of another apartment building, but without an owner. This was a larger apartment, you can see, for 2, well furnished. I didn't forget everything I meant to do. And then here's another couple together, another barely furnished. So we've got, again, this could have been catacombs at some point, but at least for now it's not spawning anything too much. But one of the things that made me think that was I found a natural place right here, and then I filled this up. Some of these are things I found, some of them were already here, like Bane Arthropods was already here. That's the sort of thing like should exist and be more involved in a better Minecraft, so that it spews forth story-based creatures rather than just having them spawn everywhere. I'm getting some frame loss. This place is very involved. Unfurnished, and you can see the wall. Ooh, no. That's just the ceiling. Okay, for a minute there I thought that was supposed to be a second story. Yep. Uninhabited at the moment. Here's another set of stairs. You come around back. This one's on top of the other, I believe, and this one is furnished. And we'll go back here. Here's yet another. There's quite a few. I mean, I wanted a fully featured village if I could hack it. They have sort of a boardwalk up here. You can see this boardwalk provides something of a view of the village. And, more apartments. This one's sort of more stony. They built into the wall, but then pulled the wall out a little bit. Oh, and stairs coming back down. So there are multiple ways. In fact, actually, no? Yeah, you can get through to the other side through here. Let's see, what else is back here? So we just looked at those. Again, there's not going to be many surprises amongst any of those, but let's go back up to the boardwalk. Go around. Not fall off. There's the big wall. We'll get up there sometime soon here. More, that's another apartment. Some gardens. This is a larger one. This is a very nifty one. It's kind of diagonally oriented instead. Well furnished, but ultimately just one room because no one here is living in modern times. And the balcony goes around back. You can see more village. Let's sneak our way down. I don't think we looked at this one yet, but again, no huge surprises. Furnished, but they have a second room. It's quite nice. I would live there. Let's see, small apartment. Well, slightly bigger than average apartment. Double bed, no chair, but a large sofa. Why did I do one but not, the other? We got some docks out here for smaller ships. There's the big one. There's weird stuff that nieces and nephews made. There's a zombie out here somewhere. This is a larger house. Poorly furnished, but not unfurnished. There's no door here. Let's do that. Unlit room. No villagers anywhere. It's a ghost town. Let's see. Unfurnished. Here we have the fishmonger. And they have, I don't know if they, here's little pools for live fish and stuff. Here we have a small fishing boat. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's got a little light out front. Here's that thing I was talking about my nephew made. It was like just so he could jump off and fly around. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Kind of ruined the view. Do we still have things down here? No, they died. I had squids down there, but it's just, and then down here, living quarters for the fisher in question. Now you can see there's another buffer here for small boats, buffer there for small boats. So you would infer that there are multiple fishing craft around town. That would be appropriate. Here's the fishing, again, more pools for live fish and then sorted dead fish. Here's the fishmonger's house. It's quite nice because, people got to eat. Well, let's go this side first. We even made a villager because they're protected. In this case, they can't get past that point. So here's a dining room, sort of a small kitchen involved. I don't know what the heck these are. Maybe optional shelving if they need it. Back way up, and then a very well furnished living area. So it's sort of a combination of things. Do we remember what green guys are? Because I don't. And then they can look down on the market if they want to. Maybe they're worried that someone is trying to ransack the market at night and they can just take a quick peek and know if that's the case or not. Alright, let's take a look. Hello. Tentacles coming up through the boards. It's just probably take an hour to render back out when it's done. So here's the village. Let's go on up to the castle. The castle is random hodgepodge of stuff, and it was also the first thing I made. This down here is literally the last stuff I made. But there's a ramp, goes all the way up, and ooh, it doesn't like the frame rates, does it? Sorry for the choppiness. So we get up through the wall, and now we are on palace property. This whole place is palace property. Some of this is unfinished, but I figured, well, leaving an open space, they might like private space. So here's a path. There's a hole. I don't know why that's there. I don't believe they've got a guard dog. Which order should I even try this in? Here's a stairwell going on up. You can see there's a market up there. I'll get to that in a minute. It's the only other place that has anything. So we got a sort of a tunnel coming through to the other side. So now we got a private forest on the other side of the palace. And there's walls. They've got retaining walls everywhere. At some point I'm going to get it on high so you can kind of see the layout. Here we've got sort of like the private horses and the private donkeys and another horse. We've got a dirt path, so this is where the animals are often led. I would really like someday to have like half-high grass and dirt slabs. I'm just telling you. I really would. Let's see. And you follow the path. It goes through here. This is where like sheeps would be taken. Oh, jumping. They added auto jump, but I turned it off. It's been a long time since I played. And out here, this is sort of where you can see the path continues. This is where they keep their skeletons and zombies. But also, livestock. That's the word I'm looking for, livestock. Ooh, don't fly. Again, more guard dogs. Llama. Horses. Llama. Zombie. I mean, livestock zombies are important too. Let's see. I think my nephew made something over here. He's just sort of spreading things around in ugly... Oh, dogs. Okay. Yeah. At one point, he was building under my palace, so I really had to remind him that, private space is private space, and he didn't really understand the concept. But I basically, if I threatened to take down the server, that was apparently good enough. So let's go on in. This courtyard, all this area out back here is private, so they ride their horses around and livestock and stuff. Here, you got like arrow holes, so this is to defend the door. And we had the stables on either side. Here it's just guard quarters and whatnot, and I believe it is the same on the other side. You can see here's their flag. It's just red. I meant to come back and design it someday, but red flag is probably just as good. This is my phonetic English. Phonetic English, and this says South Barracks. So basically, the short vowels are singular and the long vowels are double. So but oo. Instead of it's oo. And then double A is A versus So barracks. And then X is just a K, or a K sound now. So you requires the KS to get the X sound. And then T would be T, except double T, which is the or th. There may even be a difference. I've made a font before to have those characters for like some future version of phoneticized English that's mutated over hundreds of years, as English always does. But I can't import that into Minecraft, so that's not going to happen. But this is sort of the entryway in courtyard, and here we end up in the palace. And there's a theme of this like dark stone and light stone that pervade throughout the whole thing, and it goes down all the way to the bottom quite pointlessly, as there's nothing down there. Let's see. So let's head on up. And they've got exotic lights and such. How far do I have to go? Sometimes you have to know which color. Oh, there's one. Which color you want. Oops, I forgot I could fly. This is probably the lowest level and the least worked on. Yeah, you can see it's quite dark. There are, however, some beginnings of sunrooms unfinished. Wow, very unfinished. I guess I haven't been here in a long time. These would be guest rooms, I suppose. Here's the kitchens. K-I-T. Double K or double X is C-H. And then Z is Z, because you don't use S for Z sounds. Yeah, okay, I'll get around to it. Let's go back this way. I don't even know. Considering it's directly across, it might have been a reminder someday to come and do something that I never did. I'm surprised there aren't things spawning down here. Here, you couldn't see it from the forest, but there's a long hallway that overlooks the back yard. Here we go. Let's see. And then it sort of ends suddenly. In fact, this may have been where my nephew was starting to intrude into my territory without asking. So let's see. Yeah, let's go up. This floor It's like for expansions. If they do want to expand the thing, they have ready space. This is a hole in the wall. It's meant to be a door here. This is the front yard again. We just came through here, but let's go on. Oh, well, we can't get there from here. But it's more of the same, sort of. Let's go back up. Yellow. Ooh, he dropped it. Okay. Let's go on up. This section here is not for the family. It's for people who directly support the family. So here's a bedroom of staff. And these are creative staff or skilled staff. So they got decent apartments in the palace, living with the family. Oh gosh, there's so much more I should have done. Again, you can see on the backyard here. They got some space. Here's what would be another guest room. Here is the forge. The forge belongs to the palace. It's very expensive stuff, so they control it. And notice it taps into the magma flow that was coming down. You can see the work they've been doing. Here's a fresh suit of armor of a couple types. They can send the supplies needed up and down the room for ease. And then there's some sorted stuff they've made and stuff, things like that. Hello. Here's a sort of a archer's spot in case the place ever gets invaded. It goes on up to the next floor up, so I shouldn't do that yet. Let's stay down here for a minute. So that's the forge. It's all very nice. The forge owner is going to live nearby somewhere in the rooms. Here's a guest room. You can see it's guest room. We don't waste characters on sounds that don't exist, so it's just guest room. There's the main stairwell we came up from. Guest room. Where are all the doors? They're probably getting destroyed by friggin' guys. Ooh, the sun's coming up. There's a sheep. This is the sheep's guest quarters. Where are all the doors? Wow. Guest room. Guest room. Unfinished. To do. Noble estates. That is old information because the noble estates are now over there. So screw you then. That's not the case. Okay, so is that all of this floor? Can I run? I can fly. Save you guys some sanity. This is going to be more... Gosh, this is a lot less finished than I thought. Here we have the alchemist. And the cat has come to visit again. And this is the alchemist's shop. So people come in here and they do not have easy access to the rest of the facilities, but they can come in here and they can see all kinds of things on the walls, and there's related books. Any of this can be bought or rented, I suppose. Storage, lots of stuff. Here's a bedroom, double bedroom. Lots of highly decorated, very lavish, because they're doing a very important role. Go down a floor. Here's the lab, lots of stuff. The lab empties out onto a double private terrace that's full of supplies. Things that they might need to make, including the rare giant mushroom that has snow on the top. So you can see terraces. This is all kind of left wild so that the family can roam around into natural spaces. But this is definitely the alchemist's terrace right here. So let's head on up. And actually there's one more down below, and that is the mushroom lab. So this guy is skilled. This is some sort of contraption that doesn't really exist, but I made up. Yes, but there were meant to be more rooms and more other like skilled production rooms and such. So let's head on up. We just saw these. Next floor up, which is getting close to the top, I think. These would be... I don't know what that is. Is that another guest room? Yeah, it's just more... Did we look at these? Yeah, they're just guest rooms. Multiple levels. You can hear some guys. We don't want to look at that yet. This goes down to that arrow slot we saw earlier. These are the quarters for the smithy. He's above his offices. Would-be guest room, just not furnished right now. Guest room, so many guest rooms. This place is equipped to handle many guests. Archer station. Archer. Again, instead of O. O would be double O. Guest room. So there's an archer station on either side, and as you can see, they're well stocked. And in fact, actually, their armor is hued red along with the flag. You can see out over. The village is somewhat visible from here. And it goes on up. Here's another archer station. More supplies. They can see out. Like they can see down onto the entryway coming up. So people would have to go up a bottleneck to approach this place armed. Sunset Hall. That's a hall. Guest room. Sunset Hall, 2 entrances. Guest room. Kitchens. There's the hall again. The kitchens are directly linked. This is the royal kitchens. We'll take a look at this now. Kitchens. It goes down further. You can see also well stocked, full of herbs and supplies. Huge sums of food for the palace exclusively and guests. We've got a big old work table here. We've got lots of things going on. I don't know what that's for. We got a big fireplace going. That provides some heat. We have a recipe. Let's see. There we go. Extra sharp pesto. I make this. We put it on pizza. 20 grams fresh basil, 20 grams fresh spinach. Measuring it is by weight is very important. And it's got to be dry because water is heavy. So let it dry. Not, fresh, but dry because water will skew everything. 65 grams Parmesan cheese, 100 grams pine nuts. These are expensive. You can substitute almonds if you crush them, and you don't need as much because if you make 100 grams of that, it'll come out as more of a paste than a sauce. But that might be interesting if you make homemade ravioli. Put that paste inside, and that will be nice. Olive oil, 1 cup. 5 grams lemon zest. That's the sort of outer skin of a lemon. I'm gesturing with my hand here. 15 grams lemon juice. Half a teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon pepper, or black pepper. 20 grams garlic. Blend. And if you can let it cure overnight, it will be nicer the next day. And yeah, I should put in more. Oops. Excuse me. Put in more recipes. Dang it. Now I'm going to have to fix that. These down here. That's the lower hall again. Somebody's laughing behind me. That's one problem with creative mode. I know the cook has quotas. Kitchens. And these aren't it. They have nice attached quotas. How is it not here? I'm most confused. Okay, well, back to this. Kitchens. Guest rooms. These are all mostly laid out the same. Chef's quarters. So, quarters. F. Double P is an F sound. Chef's quarters. So that's where they live right here. And the chef has multiple larvae who need separate rooms. Or maybe those are just them. And you go around the corner. And they have a nice little private space. So you can see the chef is very well accommodated here in the palace. Because they're very busy not poisoning the monarch. This, again, it would extend someday. I plan to do more because there's a mountain over there, and climbing up the mountain sounded like an idea. Here we have the library. It is a library. It is library-ish. They even have things going on down here, including music. Oh, you know what? I won't break things if I have my sword out. And they got a nice big stained glass window. Very expensive, looking out the back. And we have a place above the library. I'm wondering if you can guess. We have a map. This is the island which we occupy, and this map has not been updated in a while. What am I seeing there? What is that? Otherwise, you would be able to see the village. So that's an old map. That was back from the days of when people first arrived here on the island, I guess. These are the bedrooms of the wizard. Wizard quarters. Oh my gosh. And I really haven't worked on this. Wow. As you can see here, to do Royal Palace. Well, that exists on the other end now. So, old news. Duke's quarters. So this is sort of like the sub-royalty here. And it's not, maybe it's even like the second home. They rule over a subsection of the islands somewhere else. But they when they come here, they have to visit, and they have the rooms for a family and whatnot. The chef is better treated, but the chef lives here all the time. This is just temporary quarters for the Duke. Here, what do we have here? Merchants' quarters. So merchants who are coming in, they even have like a little thing here looking down on the roofs because that's really interesting. They can't see anything else. But they can see the sky and they can see the snow. And this is a place for the merchants to move in case they're going to spend some time here working deals and stuff like that. Oh, and we've reached the top floor. Did we want to do that yet? I think that's fine, actually. We're immediately above us. You can see his roof, and it's nice, solid milk quartz. We got sort of more or less display items going on here. This might be... Well, this is the top of the ramp. So looking down there, there's the village through the snow. And again, this is that long, the major... Oh, you know what? I'm stupid. We didn't visit the top of the Mage Tower. I mean, it's very tight quarters up there, but we didn't do it. So here's where he sleeps. And there's like a desk. Here we have sort of a personal deck with magic stone lights. Keep going up. We got very well decorated tower. Well, not decorated, but, artistic tower. This is, I think, is the tallest point of any of the constructions. We've got another sort of library and office with complete with enchanting, but there's no... Oh, I thought there was a place you could go outside. Oh, well. Hello? Man. I'm surprised I haven't run out of disk space yet. This is probably the single longest recording, single recording I've done in ages. Let's get going down. Here we go. Top floor, merchant's quarters. We knew about that. There would probably be more of them. That might be, if I were to ever come back and finish that end of the palace, it would be mostly merchant living space. All right, we're back here. Top floor. Now we're heading towards the palace, but we'll take a detour first. Here's a back. That's the top of that main shaft going up and down. You can see across the back here. Here we have... crap. A bazaar, a fair. They're even color-coded. You can see... and a couple of them have disappeared, and they will always... I mean, the friggin' zombies come from far and wide to visit this place. And I guess they do good business because they're still here. But they're color-coded to a certain extent. The kind of guy. You got white, you got purple. I don't know what green guys do, and I wasn't able to summon one up anyways. But, yeah. And here we have this throne room. And you can get at it from 2 floors. So we're back towards where we were before with the... Oh, yeah. I never figured out what to do with that room. Oh, that's too bad. Sawyer. The Sawyer quarters. So the person who does cloth and dyeing and stuff, this is their workspace. And over here, the leather worker, I believe. Yep, leather workers' quarters. And there's leather bolts and like leather drying or curing or whatever the heck. They've got some stock in place. Yep, they live elsewhere, probably the next floor down or the next wing over. We saw the quarters. It's just they're not designated. Only the lab is designated. And here we have the royal audience. Royal audience says. See, I even have to take a double take with my own language sometimes. This is the palace room, and here's standing room only, all the way around, almost. I believe, yeah, you can stand behind the throne, but what you can see is the throne is protected from back here, so no one can just stand back here and throw things at the emperor or whatever that lives here. Goes all the way around. There's no seating here. For privileged visitors, the next tier down, so I guess it's not safe for them so much, but there's double-decker seating here. This is sort of the symbol, apparently. I do a lot of this. Maybe it means magma, maybe it's a flower, but there's magma things going on here, so I'm going to say magma. So, rich merchants and whatnot can hang out here. There's a little like desk back here. They, for supplies, maybe like water or wines or things. They can go visit if they're thirsty in the middle of like a long endured audience chamber activity. I don't know, a trial or who knows what. Here's the dome. You can see quartz and gold. It is extremely lavish. Here we have the plank going down into a magma. Ooh, I made all this. This took forever. But this is a volcano. Ooh, look at the frame rates going down. So this is a volcano. It's looking more, as you go down, it looks more and more like the end, or not the end. Whatever. The dark place. Yep, keep going. Yep. So it's kind of a plank. If you're judged guilty, you jump in. And I think the narrative has been, you notice there was magma out front. Some of this is being funneled and redirected down into the other thing that is sort of like a cooling bin. It doesn't make it cool, but the idea is to keep the pressure from ever building up in the volcano that it ever goes off. So it's always safe to live here. So by redirecting the flow, they're keeping it from exploding. Now here at the lowest tier is sort of the royal level. You got sort of some standing space, but you also have these like gold-lined embedded seats on either side. And these might be like the Duke and whoever else is related and deserves to be on the same level. And here you have the big chair, the throne, yes, with gold and covered with flags. And there's a sub-throne here and a sub-throne here, but the big throne has even like a footrest. And yeah, they sit there. And behind them is the entrance to their private quarters. And here they have sort of a balcony looking out. Ooh, that's east, so that's south, to the south. Okay. Go around. This is all just for them and the creeper over there. Here's another one. You can see the other parts of the island and my nephew's bizarre creation. And let's see. Oh, yeah. Well, this whole complex is the royal quarters. So here we have a guard station. You can see they guard both directions at once. They got some supplies. They have room for sleeping on both sides. So it's the same over here on both sides. All right. And yep. Which way am I going now? Oh, I'm going back the way I came. Let's see. Going out here, this is the path towards the royal terrace. So it's, again, more private space. But, it's there's no access to elsewhere. I think there's a little stairway right here, right? This goes down to the royal garden. So this isn't just whatever, it's actual food, but it's personal just to them. And it goes all the way through. And oh, good, I didn't destroy anything. On the other side, is a kennel? No. Oh, wait, yes. Well, yes, a mushroom growing spot. Some food stores. Maybe fertilizer, if that were such a thing. So, yeah. No one eats this stuff except the royal family. Or maybe guests. Go back up. That must mean the kennel is over here. Guard, somebody... Kennel master has to keep guard dogs well trained. So this is their space over here. And you can see it's attached to the royal palace, but it's sort of like a hole in the wall. But, as long as they're happy, who cares? It's made of stone, which is quite unusual. Got some dogs, including one outside. There are more dogs. There are wolves inside. They are not fully trained yet. Oh, hello. Get lost. All right. So these are the royal grounds. There's the royal living room up there, but we'll get there in a second. This is quite a confusing area, really. Let's see. Guard station, servants' quarters. So these people who live with and work directly for the family at all times. And then we get the spiral staircase business. So here's a bedroom. And you notice, again, the double spiral staircase. One is dark and one is light. So each bedroom has access to both, and it's very maze-like. And then here, I believe... Oh, the like master bedroom. Very lavishly decorated, and you can see down onto the living room a little bit, and then they have a private balcony on either side. And what is this? Oh yeah, private storage balcony. You can see that's the hallway, the top level hallway, and multiple hallways down below, going up 4 friggin' stories at least. There's the main thing. There's some of the guest quarters. Can't even see the palace behind us. And let's see, where does this go? Oh, this is sort of like a private, like, cubbyhole study. And you notice it's overlooking the audience chamber. So what this offers the monarch the opportunity to do is sort of out of sight, potentially listen to any conversations that might be going on in the audience chamber while they are not necessarily present. Let's see, up here. So that was above the living room. Another, like, offspring room. Another offspring room. So they have rooms for like 3 or 4 offspring. And then here's the monarch's office. And it's quite a hike getting around. You can see there's the second stairwell. So both stairwells end here. He's got personal armor. He's got a big old desk. He's got reading material. He's got there's glass missing. Stuff is disappearing at random here, damn it. Alright. Maybe this is his first armor that he ever had, so it's not as nice, but it's, you know, a memento. He can see down over the back here. He can see down over the uninhabited part of the island, and I think that's about it. No. He can see down here across the top of the palace. Let's go down the other way. Again, each room is connected twice to the individual stairwells. Another room. Here's a side balcony. Looking down on the back here. Oh, it goes all the way around. I forgot about that. Oh, interesting. That's a way to get down there, I guess, more quickly. I forgot about that. There's the palace, and it goes right down into the sea. That took so long to make. It's kind of, what's that? Convex? Concave shape to the roof. Still snowing. Keep going down. Some point here. Yeah, I think this is a quick way. Ooh. Yeah, there's all this wasted space up here, so I think I was going to make a second room. Royal Den. So, what do we have here? Was this a royal kitchen of some kind? Yeah, it's sort of like a kitchen for the royals. A sub-kitchen, not even the chef, just a sub-kitchen for their own personal use. And the Royal Den with lots of seating, a private musical thing, a captive. I don't know why. He was spawned, so I put him in there, and he's been there ever since. Big old window, nice large dining table, more seating, and up there is the master bedroom, so they can sort of keep tabs on what's going down here if they're lounging for the evening. Sort of a big paranoia element to all of this, I guess. Let's see, and that is it. Is that it? Well, not quite. I mean, we've seen everything, but we haven't seen it well. So let's head back out. I'm going to run out of disk space any second now, I bet. All right. Let's head on up. What am I missing? Have I forgotten anything? Hello. Yeah, see? They come from far and wide to visit the merchants here. And what I found is interesting. I can jump, when you place this on top of railing, I can jump over it, but they never even try. Like, normally they would. In other circumstances, they'd happily jump over like a stone that is that high, but here they won't do it. So that's good. It keeps them mostly safe. A couple of them have disappeared, but not all of them. Roof. And let's go back in here. Yeah, as you can see, there's so much more I could do, but I wanted this to sort of be done at some point. Let's go on up to the top. Yeah, here's... I think I tried to have a water chute going all the way down, except it kept freezing solid, so we gave up on that. There's the courtyard. There should probably be a railing here. So the royal family kid doesn't splat. Maybe that's happened before, I don't know. Again and again, but this one at least comes out onto the roof. So now we're seeing on the roof You can kind of get a better feel for what this looks like on... Oh, I forgot that part. What this looks like on the outside. So it's really kind of a random hodgepodge of stuff. The village makes more sense. This was made very organically. I just kept adding one thing after another, and it just grew, and I wanted to experiment with that. But there's the royal office. There's the audience chamber. We're going to cheat and fly for now. There's the alchemist spot, with, and then nearby are all the various labs. There's the market, the royal market. There's the ramp going down to the village. What do we got here? Just roof. More roof. I tried to give the roof some texture, and that's the sunset hall because it faces into the sunset. More roof. There's his thing. He can't see anything. It's stupid. The kitchen, I believe, is just below me, or the kitchen's the chef quarters. I like that. That reminds me of Skyrim a little bit. I don't know why, but it does. So let's go in and look at the sunset hall. They got a little courtyard right here. It's private terrace. There was a door here once, long ago. Here's the sunset hall, and it's like there are multiple, like here's the royal dining rooms, and they even have purple seats, and then like maybe a spot for people trying to talk to them or entertaining. Here's a dining room or dining table, and then another dining table, and you just would guess that or assume that there's like glass between these metal things. So yeah, it's quite a hall, this sort of audience hall, but we already have one of those. And then I have a map, and the map is not 100% update. Let's fix that without breaking this, because I've had enough with breaking things lately. Boop, 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 boop. So let's see. This one needs to be updated, and maybe that one. Let's take them both. I have them in such a way. Yeah, so it almost updates. Oh, let's see, there's the entrance to the kitchen. Here's the entrance, or exit. Let's go fix this up. There. All right. And do I need the other one? Are there any updates here? Well, if there are, they're present now. I much prefer playing in survival mode because oh, hello, thunder snow. It's much more challenging and that therefore gratifying when it works out. But this, like I said, was originally, I think this is the right direction, about giving the meta larvae something to aspire to, and I think I've done okay. So there's the village, there's the big boat, there's the little boat, there's the thing. If I were smart, I might have gone back and made a tent, sort of tarp over this, and used tarp to always indicate a store of some kind, or shop or whatever. So you can see there's more room. Over here is a cove that has really nifty, I'll show you actually that before I quit, a cave. The village should extend over there, I think. There should probably be a lighthouse. Lighthouse. We do not speak of the White House anymore. Right here. Imagine this is 3D and it's sticking up out of that crag. There might be another one on the far end to indicate the two sides of the island. There's tons of room to expand. And the others really haven't started building much on the island, so I technically could be free to do so. So let's take a look at that cave and conclude the CV video. Go up one floor. You can see this can be complicated, going up and down floors. Right, so there's the island. Oh, it's finally not snowing. That probably helped the frame rate a little bit. This island grew this way. You can see purple I assigned as should be a common decision because it was such a nifty feature. But you can see I started considering building out around the corner, and I do have a to-do sign here saying Cove Town. But this natural feature is just so nifty that no one person should have had the opportunity to decide what to do with it. It should have been a common project. But, you know, the server's just not that active. It's got a couple of young kids on it who only get to play maybe once or twice a week because they can't do it from home. This is my understanding anyways. Let's see. What the heck is this? Oh, boats. Lots of boats. So there's the island. There's the palace. There's the music in the background. I don't know. I think it's not bad. I would do something completely different next time I had the opportunity to make something like this, but diligence. Diligence really pays off. There you have it. Hope you enjoyed it. See you around.